Good morning, officers. Today we are going to talk about PFMS, which is Public Financial Management System. As you all of you are aware, nowadays all the financial transactions are being carried out through PFMS. In fact, PFMS is being monitored and regulated by Controller General of Accounts, Ministry of Finance, which means all the financial regulations are defaultly incorporated in PFMS. Now, let us look at various users of PFMS. You can see the structure here. So it starts from PD. I have written 2 PD. I am going to explain why I have taken 2 PDs here. Then DDO maker, then DDO checker, and finally DDO. Here all the payments will be made. Now, let us come to PD. PD means program division. This is the lowermost level in this structure, where sanctions of the bills will be generated and the bill will be sent to DDO maker, and here bill will be generated. Here only sanction can be generated, that's it, and here actual bill will be generated. Then that bill will be sent to checker for verification. Normally DDO checker will be accounts officer or assistant accounts officer. Then once the bill is verified at checker level, then it will be sent to DDO for payment. And of course, under a DDO maker, there can be multiple PDs. And here I have written intentionally 2 PDs. One PD is meant for processing bills of all the contractors or vendors. So generally this PD will be a JE or SDE, depends on office structure. So another PD will be a person from accounts branch, so who basically deal with TA bills, medical bills, and other miscellaneous bills. So basically from the PD level, we can generate bills of all government employees. That too, the bills which are non-taxable in nature. Let's say TA bills. TA bill is basically reimbursement. It's not taxable. Similarly, medical bill of regular employees, government employees, I mean to say. This is also just reimbursement. So all non-taxable bills of government employees and bills of contractors and any other miscellaneous bills will be generated at PD level. Of course, if it is contractor bill, it can be generated from this PD, and other than contractor bill, like if the bills of government employees and which are non-taxable, then those will be processed, those will be generated at PD level. Then here there is another user, that is DDO maker. Here there is one more option called EIS, that is Employee Information System. So with the help of an Employee Information System, we can process taxable bills of all government employees. This EIS is meant only for government employees. In other way, the bills which are going to be entered in PBR are going to be processed through EIS, Employee Information System. So the bills which are going to be entered in PBR are the bills which are taxable, like salary bill. Your salary is taxable. And bonus, if you are going to receive bonus, that is going to be taxable. Then CAA, Children Education Allowance, that is taxable. Honorarium, uniform allowance. So all these bills are to be processed through EIS. Not only this thing, nowadays even we can process the GPF advance or GPF withdrawal bills. As I mentioned in the previous class, if any employee wish to apply for withdrawal, GPF withdrawal or advance, he has to log in into his personal PFMS ID. Then he has to submit the application. Then that application will directly come to DDO maker. DDO maker has to go to Employee Information System. Of course, I am going to show. And where there is one tab called GPF. Under GPF tab, we can find all the GPF advance or withdrawal applications. then he has to process that one. Then it will go to DDO checker for verification, and finally at DDO level the payment is going to be made. Okay, so this is the whole structure of various users of PFMS. Now we are going to see how to generate sanctions at PD level, then how to generate the bill here at maker level. Here only sanction will be generated, and here bill will be generated, and it is going to be verified at DDO checker level. And this is all these users are just mentioned only from the division point of view. Let's say if we have a CE office or circle office attached to a DDO office, that means all the bills of circle office or all the bills of CE office are paid at division level. Generally circle office and the CE office don't have check drawing DDO. They generally will be having NCDDO, non-check DDO. So of course in our CWC setup, in some offices directly, of course, let's say if I talk about CE office, they'll be having one PD. PD will generate the sanction of private vendors or even TA bills, medical bills, and those will come to DDO maker of CE office, not divisional office maker. This slide is prepared only from the division office point of view. So if you have circle office or division office, obviously we'll be having one NCDDO. That NCDDO basically is going to be DDO maker, and under him there will be one PD or two PDs. So at PD level sanctions are going to be generated. At DDO level they are going to be bills are going to be generated. So those bills will be sent to division office for payment. So once those bills come from NCDDO, all those bills will appear at DDO checker level. So DDO checker has to receive those bills, then he has to pass and generate the bills, then it will come to DDO for payment. This is supposed to be the actual case, but it is observed that in some of the offices directly from DDO maker, like suppose if you have a CE office or circle office will be having a NCDDO, so that NCDDO is going to act as DDO maker and he will directly forward the bill to DDO. Then DDO checker is not going to come into picture, but that is not right. All the bills which are going to be paid by DDO should be verified by DDO checker, that means AAO or accounts officer. So the structure which I have shown here is the actual structure, is the actual one. And you can see one more thing here, that is meant for processing GEM bills. As most of you are aware, there will be a consignee who is going to receive the material. Once he confirms that material is received, then vendor is going to send the bill to buyer. Then buyer is going to generate the sanction, and that bill will be sent to DDO maker automatically. Then DDO maker is going to generate the bill, and of course if the buyer, concerning DDO maker all are happen to be the employees of division office, then they will send to DDO checker, and DDO checker verified, and payment will be made at DDO level. Suppose if you have circle office, of course in circle office also there will be one consignee, one buyer, and there will be DDO maker. So once buyer sanctions the bill, then it will appear at the DDO maker level at circle office. Then once he generate the bill, then it will come to directly DDO checker in PFMS. These are basically users of PFMS. Then DDO checker will forward the bill to DDO. So this is the whole structure of various users of PFMS. Now let us look at the live, how to generate sanction at PD level, how to generate bill at maker level, and all we are going to see. Now I am trying to log in to PD. So you can see the name and all. And suppose if you receive any bill from vendor, or if you want to process any TA bill, The first and foremost thing you should do is whether the concerned contractor or concerned employee of whom we are actually passing TA bill. Let's say we are passing TA bill of somebody, let's say name X. We should first figure out whether the X name is available in the PFMS database or not. Let's assume that this office is going to process my TA bill, my own TA bill. So to process TA bill, first of all they should check whether my account details are available in the PFMS database or not. If they are not available, then they need to add. So to check that one, first we need to go to users, user mapping, and go to vendor, go to edit mapping. Here account number is to be entered. Anything you can enter, like unique vendor name and all, but with the vendor name you will find a lot of names, so it is better to get account number. You can see this is already existing in PFMS database. So what I can do, I can simply click add and save. You can say vendor mapped successfully. Actually this PD user is basically pertains to UKD. So my details, my PFMS details have been successfully mapped to PD, this PD. Now he wants to process my TA bill. If not able, you can assume myself, you can treat me as a private vendor, private contractor. So he wants to process my bill. I provided some services, I supplied something, so he need to pay me back. So for that he has to generate the sanction. And before going to sanction, of course here the moment I entered my account number, you could able to see my name appearing here. That means my name is already existing in PFMS database. In fact, all the government employees accounts details are already mapped in PFMS. Why? Because by now at least one bill of ours has already been processed under PFMS. In fact, salary, we are receiving salary through PFMS, which itself meant that all our account details are already mapped in PFMS. Now, if not, then what I need to do? For that, we have to go to masters, go to vendors, vendors, add new. So here I need to fill all the details, bank name, account number and all I need to enter, then it is going to be saved. Okay, so this is how we need to add a new vendor. If the private contractor, obviously if his account details are not available, obviously first we need to enter all his details here. And you can check, suppose bank, we simply have to search State Bank of India, and you can see one more symbol here, State Bank of India Y, and you can see some other banks, they don't know Y here. The meaning of Y here means all the accounts of State Bank of India are synchronized with Reserve Bank of India. Okay, you can check here. Of course you need to enter all those bank detail and all. I cannot add now, why? Because it is going to ask address. I am just simply clicking some random details. It is not going to allow me to add, why? Because my data is already existing. Let us see. You can see this mobile number already exists with the vendor. This is my ID. So we cannot add the vendors which are already exist on PFMS database. First we need to check whether it is available or not. If not, then only we can do. Okay. Then let us go to sanctions. Go to sanctions first. Create new. And here we need to write the diary number. Every bill will be having a diary number. We need to write so and so. This is just for testing. This is IFD file, IFD number and all. Generally in ministries, for processing some of the cases, they always take the concurrence of integrated finance division. So we need to write that one. Generally for TA bills and processing regular bills, IFD concurrency is not required. You can generally the practice is we always write the same number which is written here. So I am going to write the same number here. And sanction number, oh sorry, this is basically date. Here you can see diary number or IFD or HOD file number. Generally for processing of regular bills, IFD concurrency is not required. You can simply write diary number and date, on which date the bill has been entered. Then sanction number, you can write the same number. If you are maintaining sanction register, then you can write the sanction number also, or else you can maintain the same number. Then date, then scheme, you can select here itself. You can say there are 3 schemes, or else you can leave as it is. Then PO DDO will appear automatically. Then sanction type, we have here 4 features. One is transfer and expenditure, then intra-government authorization, then assignment. So transfer, we'll come to that later. Then let us see expenditure. All the bills which are generally processed in our offices comes under category of expenditure. Okay, whether it's a TA bill, medical bill, even the bills of contractors, all come under expenditure. Then we have option intra-government authorization. So intra-government authorization means, suppose if you want to award some work to CPWD. Okay, so to award work to CPWD, we need to transfer them some funds. So those funds are to transfer those funds, we need to use this option intra-government authorization. And there is one more option here, transfer. This option is basically used to transfer funds to the sister organization. Sister organization means within the same ministry. Like we have CWC, if you want to transfer funds to some other office like CGWB or CSMRS, then we can use this option. This is outside our ministry, intra-government authorization. And then this is assignment. Suppose if you are giving any consultancy task to some other agency, some other government agency, then we can use this option. We need to tick this option. But generally, we don't have to use these 3 options except expenditure. For all our bills, we need to use this expenditure. Then we need to write the amount. How much expenditure is it? So you can write, so let's say I'm just taking test, 1 rupee I'm just putting here. And generally in our offices in NWA, for every bill we are going to issue one sanction order, and that sanction order need to be uploaded here, but that is not compulsory. If your office is practicing the case of issuing sanction order, that is well and good. If not, there is no issue. If you are maintaining simply bill register, then you can write that simply bill register, and we can feed these details, and we don't have to upload the sanction order and all. If you are maintaining sanction, even if you are practicing issuing of sanction order, you don't have to upload that one. That's why you can see there is no star here. Okay, now let us come to here, bill type. It is a normal bill, and suppose if it is NPS nil bill, we need to write NPS nil bill. If it is adjustment nil bill, you have to write adjustment nil bill. Now grant, of course everyone knows that we are going to receive our budget under 061. This is grant number. Then functional head, you can see here there are various heads. You can see 2701, there are various schemes here. 2701, you can see some of the schemes are beginning with 2701 and some of the schemes are beginning with 4701. So at this point of time, at this stage, I would like to give brief introduction about our budget heads. For that, let us go back to our presentation. If you look at our budget overview, let's say this is our union budget. Each ministry will be having one demand grant. You can see for our Ministry of Jal Shakti, the demand number is 061. Okay, and under Ministry of Jal Shakti, we have various offices, attached offices, subordinate offices. I am trying to explain only from the CWC point of view. Under this CWC, we have these many major heads. We call this 2701 as major head. All these are major head. We have major and medium irrigation. This is called revenue head. And the capital outlay of corresponding revenue head is 4701. That means under this 2701, we are going to receive the object heads which are meant only for maintaining the assets. Revenue means the expenditure under this revenue head is going to be used only to maintain the assets. That's it. And capital means the expenditure under this is going to be booked only to create the assets. So let us come, if you come back to our slide, this one, let's say here, if I select 2701, let's say if I select this scheme, Dwaris, and you can see the object heads here: DTE, office expenses, rent, minor works, professional services. You can see DTE is meant for booking your TA bills, office expenses. There will be various miscellaneous office expenses. This is meant for rent, and this is for booking your expenditure of outsourced contracts, and this is the booking expenditure of consultants. So all these object heads are meant for maintaining the office, general day-to-day expenditure. We can, in other way, we can also call it as recurring expenditure. The moment you select here 4701, you can see this is 2701, 8800 and 1100, and if you select corresponding capital outlay, that is 470, this one, you will find only one head, that is M&E, machinery and equipment. So under this category, that means the budget which is going to allotted under M&E will be used to book expenditure which is meant to create the assets, like purchasing computers. If you purchase a computer, that is going to be the asset of your office. Like purchasing any TNP articles, which is going to become asset. Of course, if you go by actual DF here, all the TNPs should not be booked under M&E, but in our CWC culture, all the TNP, like the items which are going to be the part of assets, will be charged under 52, machinery and equipment. And some other offices will be having motor vehicle also. Suppose if you are purchasing motor vehicle, then that is going to be part of capital outlay. Some other offices will be having here major works. Of course, this particular office did not get any funds under major works. That's why your major works is not appearing here. Okay, so major works means, suppose if you are constructing a building, that is a major work, and you can see that building is going to be the asset of your office. So that's why it is allotted under capital outlay. And if you go back to our PPT, of course I have mentioned here these are the major heads. And if you go back to this one, I am trying to explain only one major head, that is 2701, and this is basically revenue head, and this is major head, and 80 means sub major. Under 80 we have around 8 minor heads. We are going to call this as minor heads. One is 001, direction and administration. Most of you are, all the offices in CWC are going to get salary under this one, 001. And data collection, I don't have to say about data collection. Most of the offices under CWC are going to get funds under data collection. Of course, 003 is a training, meant for training. Under this we have another sub minor head, that is HRD. Generally NW receives funds under this one. We have research, and we have survey and investigation, we have consultancy, we have international cooperation, and we have other expenditure. You can see 800. Under other expenditure, your Dwaris is going to come. That's why you can see, if you want to write the budget head for Dwaris, it should start with 2701, then 80, then 800, then 11. Okay, even you can check here. Let's say Dwaris 2701, 80, 800, then 11. Here double zeros are given extra. So 11 is basically your Dwaris. And of course, the moment you select here, of course, you will get only revenue heads. And we call this as object heads or detail heads. Okay. Anyway, let us come back to this one. Of course, this PPT is going to be shared. Here all the other heads are mentioned here. Anyway, my purview is only to explain about PFMS. So if you take about flood control 2711, this is also one major revenue head measure. Under this we have, this is sub major, and under this one we have only one minor head, that is 800. Okay, and the corresponding capital outlay head, let's say for 2701 the corresponding capital is 4701. Under this we have 80, and data collection this one. Suppose if you have Dwaris here, let's say M&D is basically capital. So if you want to write the budget for M&D, we have to write 4701, 80, then 800, then 11, then your M&D head, that is 52. You can check here. If you select 4701, then you can see, you can check the here 4701, 80, 800, 006. Of course here let us come back to PPT. I think this was a bit old PPT, like I have prepared this PPT almost 1 year back. At that time Dwaris used to be under come with an sub minor head 11. Now it has been changed to 06. Okay, it is not common in sometimes in NHP. Under 004 also we have one Dwaris, where the number of Dwaris is around, I think if I remember correctly, that is 8. Okay, so these numbers sometimes will change based on the head. Now let us come back to our discussion. Let's say I am talking about TA bill. I am just booking this one, and you can see category voted. All our expenditure comes under voted. Voted means even if you want to spend 1 rupee of a government expenditure, for that the approval of Parliament is required. So whatever you are spending, all expenditure is basically voted expenditure. That means without approval of Parliament we can't even spend a single amount, 1 rupee. Okay, we have to default select here voted expenditure. So you can, this is just for meant for testing. You can add account details. Then vendor type, you can see I'm just using personal. You can select from here. So I am taking my name. You can add here. And one more thing, we can add multiple persons also here. Let's say let me take more money here, 10. Here also 10. Oh sorry, for that I have to remove this one. I need 10, and I can add one more person here just for explanation purpose. I'm just taking another person here. You can mention the amount here. Total sanction amount is 10, and already 1 rupee is allotted to Mr. Gali Srinivasulu. I can allot remaining amount 9. That's true. You can see both are added. So the point of explaining this is, under one sanction order we can pay to multiple persons. Okay. Anyway, this is just for demonstration purpose. What I will do, I will remove this user, and this also I will modify. Let me take back 1, add account, here also 1. That's it. Now create sanction. Okay, it is asking. Oh, okay. I have not selected scheme here. Generally it is not required, but it is asking. Okay, let us come back from the beginning. Just testing. And so it is not, you can see I didn't say anything here. So what I will do, I will close this one. Let me create the fresh one. Some random number. Scheme 1162 Dwaris, I need to select here itself. can see already defaultly grant has come 061. Why? Because all our schemes comes under 061 grant. You can see one is revenue, another one is capital. If you select revenue one, so all the heads which are meant for maintenance will come. Do you want to proceed with EIS? Then vendor account number will appear here. You can again once again you can cross check with the mandate form given by the employee. Then you can see here IFSC code. At this stage you cannot edit account number, but at this stage you can edit your IFSC code. You can check here. You can edit here, and if you can write pay remarks, TA bill, whatever it is, and you can confirm. You can see pay details have been submitted successfully. So whatever we have done is just creation of sanction. Once the sanction is created, then we have to go back to approve. We need to approve that sanction. You can see already that sanction which is just created is appearing here. So click that one and you can go here, approve. You can write something here, okay, whatever it is, approved. You can see sanction approved successfully. So we need to take the printout here. Why? Because the printout is not coming with the help of this option print sanction, and this is not working. So you can just by clicking option print, we have to take the printout of this one and we need to attach with the bill. Now, so the work at PD level is over. Now this will automatically go to DDO maker that we are going to show. Now let us try to log in into maker. So this is the maker ID dashboard. Now let us go to sanctions. So first we need to receive that sanction, and you can see here some bills with this color, okay, with saffron color. This means these bills are basically gem bills, so we should give the top priority to them. So whenever, as I mentioned in the previous slide, whenever buyer forward the bill, that bill will come to defaultly to DDO maker. So DDO maker has to receive those bills, then after that he has to generate the bill. So let us say this bill, this is the one which we have created just now. Let us first see the gem bills. So I am just clicking this one. For gem bills, PD level, we don't have to create a sanction at PD level. We just have to generate the sanction at buyer in gem, and that will come defaultly to maker. And you can see here, you can even check the vendor details, and we can even see the documents, view documents, and you can see everything like financial approval, who has given the, why? Because while placing the order we need to upload everything, and we need to check everything. We can check everything, sanction order, count, everything we can see, seller's invoice, you can see everything. Okay, and if you want to receive, you can receive this one, or if you want to return, you can return to PD. Okay, so I don't want to touch this bill. This is actual bill. So let me go back to receive. So this is our test bill. Let me go to this one. So what I will do now here, I will receive. So I have received the sanction. So once you receive the sanction, then we need to go to generate bill. You can see that bill. So click that one. Okay, then you can here generate bill without deduction, generate bill with deduction. Suppose if it is a TA bill, obviously we don't deduct anything. If it is not TA bill, if it is a bill of a vendor, we need to apply some deductions like C tax and GST and all. So generally there is a TA bill, so I can directly click this one, and I want to show these options. Let's say I need to select favoring this person. If it is a private contractor bill, then we need to deduct something like, you can go do income tax, you can deduct as a TDS. You can add this one, and of course whatever amount you are going to be deducted, that is going to be booked under, that is going to be received under this budget head. Default it will be selected. मान लो आपने 100 रुपये काट लिया इस बिल से, that 100 will going to the is going to be credited under this budget head. And let's say GST, we have TDS GST, this one also. You can see defaultly the budget head has come. So whatever amount you are going to be direct under GST, that is going to be credited under this head. So you can add multiple deductions also. Okay, my total amount is 1 rupee, so I cannot make any deduction. That's why it is appearing. And you can add another deduction also, like income tax and all. So you can add multiple deductions. So it's not a big deal. And whereas various other here. And suppose, as I mentioned, in some of the GEM bills, the GEM bill generated by some of the vendors will be on higher side, particularly for service contracts. And we cannot edit that amount, either at buyer level or even at buyer level or even at maker level. You cannot edit that amount. The only thing we can do is we need to deduct some amount by applying this thing. We can go for others. Okay, it's already coming. And we need to write the grand number. Let's say this is a contractor bill and we are charging from minor works, isn't it? Minor works. So what I need to write from that bill, let's say bill is generated for, let's say, 1 lakh, but the actual amount is 90,000. Okay, so here what I need to do, I need to place that one. Grand number is 061, and you can write the functional head, the full budget we need to write here. Then minor works means 27, category charged expenditure, amount 10,000. So I will add the deduction. That means from this bill, out of 1 lakh, 10,000 will be deducted, and that will be added to your budget head again. Okay, so this is the only solution that we have to encounter GEM bills. I mean, you can check other options. Is there any other options here? There is no other option. You can check. Well, because we are doing like this. We have received so many bills which were always on higher side. Then we have contacted PO office. Then they only suggested this option. Okay. So anyway, let us not worry about this one. I am just cancelling all those things. Let us go back. Mine is general one. Let us go to generate bill. I will go to this one. This is TA bill, so I am just going. I will just click this one. Generate bill. Your bill has been generated. This is the bill number. So you have generated the bill. First you have generated the sanction, then maker has generated the bill number. If you use a circle office, your circle office maker or CE office maker has to generate the bill, and to take that printout of the bill, they have to go to print sanction ID here. You can click this one. You can click this option print. You can see. You can download. You can download. It is going to be in PDF. So once you download this one and take the printout and attach this bill and the sanction which you have already taken printout, so both should be attached to your manually prepared bill. Then you have to send to division office, and then that bill will directly appear in checker. Checker has to receive that bill and he has to pass that bill. So this is what happens in case of circle and CE office. Of course, this is what you are going to see. That's it. Here only NCDDO has to sign. That's it. This should not be signed by NCDDO. This will be signed at divisional office. That's it. Okay. Then that will be, now the bill has been generated. You can check now. Now once the bill has been generated, then you can click pass bill. Now you can write pass to DDO checker, or return to DDO checker, or pass to PO for payment flow, or back. Okay, so you can click this option, pass to DDO checker. The moment you click this one, the bill will go to DDO checker. That's it. Okay, suppose the DDO maker is happen to be NCDDO of CE office, then it will directly go to DDO checker. Then DDO checker has to first receive that bill, then he has to generate the bill, then he has to pass that bill to DDO. There are different setups in different offices. Okay, so let us not worry too much about this structure. Now let us log out of this one and let us go to DDO maker, DDO checker, sorry. Now let us try to log in into DDO checker. Yeah, this is the checker ID, and you can go here. Of course, in the UKD's functional setup, they have mapped in such a way that all the bills can be received only at DDO maker level. They don't have any CE officer circle office. It all depends on your mapping. Anyway, so here you can only pass the bills. So this is the one such bill. So you can pass to DDO, or you can pass that bill. You can see there is one more option, return to DDO. Sometimes DDO may return the bill, and suppose if it is not that objectionable, then your checker himself can return that bill to DDO for payment. So I am just putting here pass for payment. So the bill has been passed to DDO. Now let us go to DDO. Let me try to enter into DDO user. Yeah, this is DDO. So the first thing he has to do is, you can see even here there is option here receive also. Suppose if you click, you can see here only DDO maker can receive the sanction. Okay, we cannot receive. As I mentioned earlier, in some of the offices directly DDO maker will be attached to DDO check, directly DDO. In that case, he can directly receive the bills and he can pass later on. So here what he has to do, he has to pass here. Of course, if it is not worth, you can directly return to PD also. Directly it will go to PD, or you can pass. Of course, I cannot pass this bill. This is only meant for testing. Okay. Once he pass, then he has to digitally sign that file, pay file. Okay. So here nothing is available here. Why? Because when there are no pending sanctions, and here I have not passed the bill. Once he passed that bill, and he has to digitally sign batch. Okay, of course. I mean, at this level, I think I don't have to explain much, or because this is being done only at division XCN level, and of course by now XCNs all are accustomed to sign the bills and sign the batch. So this part I don't focus much. Of course, I cannot show this on live also, and I don't have digital signature, and this is being used by my close friend Abhishek Gaurav with the help of by taking his permission. I am just for demonstration purpose, I logged into all the accounts of UKD Upper Krishna Division CWC. Now, so this is how we need to do, and of course let me go back to our sanction, which is meant for testing. This is the one. So since this is just testing, I will just return to PD. I will write here. You can write the reasons. There are so many reasons you can select. I will just return. The bill has been written. So this is how we need to do. And of course, the first time when you are going to first time when you're going to manage the DSC, you can go to here DSC management, and you can go to enroll DSC, and you can even see who are enrolled. You can see this account is enrolled with this person's DSC and all. So this is all very simple steps. Everyone can able to easily do this thing. So I don't want to focus much on this part. Now another thing I would like to show here is budget. So DDO, this feature is not available in other users. You can even directly see LOC, and you can even see the budget also. You can see, you can enter PO controller and grant, and defaultly PO has come here, and DDO has to select this one, and you can change the date, and you can simply select view report. Okay, sorry, you have to select here budget versus expenditure report. You can select this one. You can directly get the expenditure statement from this. You can see this is amount is in actual. If you want to get in, if you want in thousands, you can click this. Amount is going to be generated in thousands. This is the total budget, and this is the total expenditure. And of course, you can even, there are various other options. You can even check the payment details and all. You need to select this scheme here. Let's say Dwaris and all we need to select. Development of Dwaris. Anyway, that you can find it. I need to select Dwaris from this. Let's say if it is ID scheme, let's say this one, let's say this scheme, just for my purpose, and we need to select the beneficiary. You can select the state, and you can view report. It is going to come. Okay, so this is one thing. And let me come out of this DDO login ID. Let me come back to PD. Here I would like to show some other features. Let's say if you want to see whether your bills are passed or not, for that we need to go to CAM reports, go to mass payments. You can check sanction e-payment status details. You can select this one. And one more thing, not only the bills which are passed under your DDO, you can check bills of any PO or any DDO under our ministry. Let's say if you want to check the bills which are passed by POC WPRS, you can check our DDO NWA, and you can simply check V report. You can see these are our bills, our office bills. You can check. If you want to check your own bills, you can select your PO, and we need to select your DDO. This one, and of course you can check view report. It is going to show all the bills. You can go to last page. These are the recently paid bills, so you can check this one. And one more thing you can see is you can even check the status. You can select the controller, this grant, not only any DDO you can check. You can check any DDO, not only your division. Let's say I am just checking this one. You can check this one. You can even check the status. You can see one such bill is passed by DDO. You can see the status here. If they are returned, passed, everything you can see here. So this is another thing. You can even check the DDO wise budget, how much budget has been allotted. This is, you can only see DDO wise, not by office wise. Let's say I want to see any other office. If you want to get in thousands, you can click view report. You can see approved. You can see the amount here. This is in thousands. Now other feature you would like to see, expenditure control register. This also you can see by selecting DDO. Any DDO randomly I am selecting, and we need to enter the function head and all here. Then you can go to view report and you can check. and these are all like to prepare reports and all. This will be useful. Now some other features, like most of the times you may pay the vendor and they may always say that we have not received the payment. To check whether the vendor has received the payment, of course this is the one channel. By clicking this way you can easily check whether the vendor has received the payment or not. You can check this. Let us go to last page. You can check this scroll. You can check the credit status here. You can check the UTN number here. You can give them, or if they are lying, let's say I will take any one account number here. Yeah, it seems these are all employees. Let's say this one account number. Copy. So even independently you can check, not only contractor's account number, even yourself. Just search PFMS in Google. Here there is one option called payment by account number. Here you can simply select the bank number, or you can enter the account number here. I don't know, I have not seen the which bank is that. Anyway, so let's say I want to check what are all the payments that I have received through PFMS. So what I will do first, State Bank of India. I will enter my account number. You can also check. Most of the people doesn't know about this feature. That's why I'm explaining. You can see these are all the payments that I have received through PFMS. You can even see UTN numbers, when I have received. These are all salary payments. Not only salary payments, like everything, like in my previous office also. Some of the bills are from Bangalore, some of the bills are from Delhi, right from inception. You can see everything. Now this is showing only up to last financial year. Okay, so this is one feature which we can explore. Even you can enter the contact number, you can check. So here you can get all the transactions which are going to be credited to that account number. Okay, this is another feature I would like to explain. Another feature I would like to explain is processing NPS nil bills. You know very well that through Maker we are going to generate bills, and we are going to, the bill itself includes all the schedules, even NPS nil bills and all. Now at a division level, not at CE office, not at circle office, at division level, particularly check drawing DDO office needs to generate the challan for all the NPS contribution. There are two parts. One is employees contribution, that is 10%. Another one is government contribution, 14%. So 10 plus 14, 24% for each employee. So needs to be credited in the NPS. We need to credit that amount to NSDL. So here how to generate sanction for that. This is meant only for division office. So further we need to go to create sanction. Of course this has to be PD only, and here we should not select anything. We should select here pensions 037, and you can see here automatically it will come. No, sorry, here not this one. I think it is exactly, I don't remember. Yeah, this one. We should select the grant 900, then we should select this one, subscription towards NPS. It will come as credit. Okay, objective level 0, then it is going to be category, then we need to enter that amount, total amount, and here under sanction we need to write as 0. Okay, this is matching. So here there is no expenditure involved, so that's why we need to write sanction 0, and here we need to write what is the total contribution. Like there are 10 employees, so each employee has to contribute 10%, and matching condition is 14%. So 10 plus 14, almost 24% for each employee. The total amount needs to be entered here, and we need to add account something. Let's say I'm writing 100 something. Anyway, it is not mapped here properly, so that's why I could not able to explain for this user. Probably in this office they might have been mapped at another PD, so there you could able to access it. Here we need to add account details, then we need to select the account number of that NPS bank. There will be one, of course, for our office there is one, they have given one account number, so we generate, we will deposit the amount in that NPS account. Then NPS will those people will segregate that one and they will deposit in the respective accounts of each and every employee. So this is for NPS. And coming to the EIS system, of course here we don't see anything. Why? Because this is PD. So for that I need to go to maker. So let us try to see. Let us enter into maker, and here I need to go to employee information system, go to EIS, and here you can see establishment, employees. You can see all the regular employees here. There are all of employees currently working. You can see there is one unverified employee. This employee database is yet to be verified. Anyway, this is the employees, and you can see the bank details of each and every employee. Government account. Suppose if anyone got the government accommodation, then we have to go here. You can allot the quota. There are various offices here. Let's say I am selecting this office and select the person. Let's say he has got accommodation, and we need to enter the details. When he is going, when he has occupied, from which date, allotment number, all those things. Then we need to apply the charges also, license fee and all, so that everything will be deducted automatically. Okay, so this is one thing I think most of the people know about this one. Then suppose if somebody is going on half pay leave, HPL, so those details are had to be entered here, so that salary will be generated by considering their HPL. Suppose if somebody has taken 20 days HPL, so 10 days salary is going to be deducted. So that deduction is going to be done automatically by the system. Okay, so that is one thing. Then promotion and transfer. Suppose somebody is going to be promoted, then we need to or somebody is going to be transferred. So we need to select. Let's say from division office somebody is going to be transferred. Okay, here saying that some bill has been done, last month bill has been paid already, but postpaid updation is not done. That's why we cannot relieve him. Why it is showing like this? Here bill has been paid, but postpaid updation is not done. At checker level, the postpaid updation is to be done. So if you don't done postpaid updation, what will happen? Whatever amount, whatever salary he has received, that is not going to be reflected in his EPBR. That's what it is showing. So once you're done, then only we can relieve. Anyway, here office is going to come, then we have to enter. That is simple, very self-explanatory. So that's why I'm not going in detail. So these are the various options available. Then we can generate the LPC also. Once you transfer here, then we can generate LPC. It is going to be auto-generated. Then any employee joins here, then we have to here joining after transfer. And here you can see relieving details are not coming. So what we need to do, we need to search here. We need to search the either PAN number of that employee, whoever is going to join your office. And if you search here, his details are going to appear, and his relieving details will come automatically here. We need to select and exit, so that all the details will be filled. And here we need to enter joining details in the current office. It's a regular or a deputation, joining order number, office, city, all those things. So that everything like city class, this is going to be useful for generation of HRE and all. HRE depends on class of city, even TPT elements and all. And date of joining forenoon and afternoon, we have to select this thing. Then changes, if you want to make any changes, we can do that one at maker level. Then it has to be approved at checker level. Date of birth, designation, PAN number, all those things we can change. Even office vehicle, entitled for office vehicle, this also we can change. Date of entry in government service, whether it is GPF, this is to be changed. All those things can be changed. And let us come to pay bill. Under this one, we can come to this one. apply payroll to all employees. Generally payrolls are defaultly applied, and if you want to assign any separate payroll, let's say here I'll take any one employee, and I want to give some other. You can see payrolls are attached. You can even see what are the payrolls attached. Payrolls means he is entitled for DA, HRA, TPT, then NPS is going to be deduction, CH is going to be deduction, then professional tax, income tax. This is all the applicable rules. Now if you want to add anything, you can add that one, and if you want to change anything, you can change here. You can come here and you can go to for a specific employee. You can select the division, executive engineer. You can select him, and you can modify the dues. Suppose other than salary, suppose he is going to get any education allowance, you can write here. Or people generally MTS and the drivers, they are going to receive uniform allowance once in a year. Let's say you can write that here, and you can save here. Then while preparing the salary, the uniform allowance will be automatically added, like statutory allowance. So if there are any allowance, we can add. And if you want to modify the dues, like you can see GPF. Of course, he is NPS employee, that's why here all are 0. If you want to change the GPF amount, you can change here. Or income tax, you can change here. Okay, professional tax. Anyway, in the last month, we need to change it to 300. If you want to change, you can change here, and save dues. That's it. So whatever changes that has to be done, that can be done here. Okay, by clicking here, we can even see the draft salary of any employee. If you want to remove professional tax, you can remove. Then you can go to bill groups. I think at this stage I cannot discuss about create and modify bill groups. Why? Because this is to be done only in the month of April for preparation of first bill in the financial year. Okay, and of course if you want to attach any GPF employee, deattach any group employee, you can deattach and attach. You can see he is not attached. If you want to add, you can add him. Or similarly, if there is any employee and who needs to be deattached, you can simply select and we can deattach. So from that bill group, he is going to be deattached. Okay, then arrears. If you want to give DA arrears, then we need to, of course, for the next 1 year, there is no question of DA arrears. So DA arrears and all, you can go to new, select. There are so many bill groups here, and write the year. I don't think it will take. It is January to March. If the DA was paid at a lesser rate, then we need to enter that amount. So it will consider, then save. So this is about DA arrears. Then NPS delivery recovery also. If you want to recover any NPS from any employee who is paid excess, then we can do that one. Then arrears of any paid item. Suppose, let's say I'll tell you the case. Let's say Abhishek was not paid joining time salary from so and so date. I will select first due. I will select he is going to be received due, and it is going to ask the date. Let's say from 1st October. It will not allow, because this is the current month. So I need to go to previous month. Let's say 23rd to, he has not received up to this one 30. Okay, and we need to write the how much basic he is eligible in that period. We need to enter that amount. Then DA amount will come automatically. Let's say I will enter here some 15,000. You can see DA HRA will come automatically. So we need to write the reason here, whatever it is. Then we need to save, but it is not going to allow, because it will share already the employee received the salary like that. Okay, here it is saved. Now let us go to deductions. What are the deductions that is to be added? Income tax, from which date, all those things are to be added. Okay, we need to. Okay, last month I need to select. Then save. Okay, up to here it's okay. So what will happen? These details will be added to the salary bill, regular salary bill. Okay, so let us go to now regular salary bill processing. So bill processing is very simple nowadays. Let's say I want to process the current month bill. Of course, it won't allow me. Why? Because postpaid updation is not done for the last month. That has to be done at checker level. So you can simply click the process bill and pay month. The bill is going to be generated. Then what you need to do is it will come under here view and forward pay bill, and it will come here. Then we need to forward that to checker. Then checker also the same step is to be repeated. He has to go to pay bills and view and forward bill. Then you need to forward that to DDO. These steps are very simple. I mean, we don't have to worry about calculation and all. And by mistake, if you have generated any bill, if you want to delete that bill, you can delete that bill. And if you want to check the status, you can check the view bill status also. Then the thing I would like to show here is other bills. Why? Because all these things what I have explained is very common. Most of the people know about this thing. Now I would like to highlight about other bills. So to be processed through EIS, like some of the bills like honorarium. So how to process honorarium? Like bonus, how to process bonus, like CEA, children education allowance. So for that, what I need to do to be processed through EIS, go to entry of other bills, select the current employee, go to new, and you can select the bill type: bonus, honorarium, incentive, overtime allowance, salary arrears. Of course, salary arrears we can do like this also by entering here, or by like this also. The only problem here is I will share with example. I will select this one. Let's say I will select this one. Here I need to enter the only total amount. Here there won't be any bifurcation. How much HRE, how much DA and all. We need to directly enter the total amount and what is the total income tax. And of course this will come automatically. NPS we need to write how much should be deducted, and government contribution 14%. How much government should be added. We need to enter all those things manually. But if you go by this option, those details will be added with current month salary, and the remaining calculation will be done automatically. Okay. Now this is one thing. I'm just reverting this one. Let's go back to this one. So like CE allowance, leave encashment and electricity, this is also taxable. So we need to write the sanction order number and date. We need to select the scheme from which it is going to be charged. So these are all this thing. Once this is going to be processed, then we need to go to here, only entry is over, then we need to go to processing. Here it will come, then we need to select that one, then we need to forward that to checker. So similarly, if you want to check the status, we can check. Then here there is one more thing. If you want to process retirement benefits, some of the retirement benefits bills which are taxable, you can go to here end of service employee, and you can new. Somebody has retired and he needs to pay to bonus, honorarium and all. Then you can select this option, and so that in his PBR all those things will reflect. Okay. So this is all about processing bills, taxable bills and reports. You can even check the PBR report of any current employee. If PBR is up to date, then only we can see. Okay, from so and so date to so and so date we can check of any employee. We can check here. Anyway, it is taking time, so the entire PBR details are going to come right from beginning to end. The only thing is, if you process every bill through EIS, all taxable bills through EIS, and once you process that, once the payment is done, then you need to update that one. We are going to call that as postpaid updation. That is generally done only at checker level. So this is one thing. You can even get the expenditure report, and somebody is to be given increment, that also can be done. That can be done under establishment, changes, pay related, pay fixation, correction and pay details, increment date. If you want to change, you can change the increment date. So all those things can be done. If any employee pay is to be changed, you need to select that employee and we can change the details. So there are various features, and let us come to this GPF as I mentioned earlier. I am not sure whether it has been rolled out in okay. Okay, this is not rolled out. Okay, I forgot to mention in POCWC the online GPF is yet to be rolled out. But in our office comes under POCW Paris. Already online GPS has already been rolled out. So due to some technical issues in POCWC, this feature is yet to be rolled out. That's why I could not able to access this option. And this I already explained in another lecture about income tax and all. So let us go to checker level. So I need to log into checker. This is checker ID. So we need to go to again employee information system, go to EIS. So here you can see the verification. Suppose maker does any changes, you can see some of the verifications are yet to be done. This is the pay. Some pay changes were done earlier. Those are yet to be verified by checker. That's why they are still appearing. And similarly, if pay bill has been sent, then here you need to verify the pay bill. Here there are no pending bills. And post-paid updation, for last month post-paid updation is not done. You can see all the September bills were yet to be posted to PBR. Okay, if they are not posted to PBR, even if suppose if somebody is going to be transferred out, then in his LPC report that salary is not going to be shown. The last month's salary is not going to be reflected. So once we done post-paid updation, then we need to post that to PBR. Okay, these are the mandatory steps. Anyway, I am not touching this one now. That's it. Of course, if you want to verify the other bills, you has to go to other bills, verification of other bills to be processed through this one. And there is another feature also. If you want, suppose by mistake some bill has already been passed in PD level, and if you want to show that in EIS, let's say honorarium by mistake has been passed through PD and it is not passed through EIS. In that case, what we need to do, we need to enter that externally that I am going to show. This is the maker ID. I'll go to EIS again. I'll go to pay bill. You can see if I want to link any bill, let's say one honorarium by mistake has processed through PD, which has not processed through EIS. That means that is not going to be shown under taxable income. So if you want to do that one, you can go to this one, external bills, payment already made, entry of external bills. We need to add new. Now we need to select the type, which type of bill. Honorarium is supposed to be processed through EIS, but it has processed through PD, and we need to write the sanction number, voucher number. Once the bill is paid, voucher number is going to be generated. We need to enter that one. Then bill month and voucher date, bill amount, all those schemes. Then we need to verify that at checker, so that will reflect in your PBR. So this is all about EIS. So there are various other features which are generally not that important, that anyone can easily explore that one. So with that, I am concluding. So thank you so much for listening all the way, and if you get any doubt, you can always ask me. Thank you so much, and bye.